Hello and welcome to Enchanted Babes, the show where we take D&D and drown it. I am NerdKicks, the world's most aquatic DM, and I'm joined as always by my players Ashta, Alex, and Sun. If you ever want to catch up on past episodes, our episodes are all up on YouTube. We do also have a TikTok and an Instagram account, and they're all under Enchanted Babes. And I think we will start off by hearing from how one of our heroes was doing after last week.
Kale, I don't know if these letters will ever get to you. I have your note and your bead. I'll stay out of Gebhorn for now. There's some things I need to take care of. Apparently, I fight wolf eels and save farms and maybe towns. Not how I normally spend my time, but I don't hate it. I'm a pretty good shot. Seems like something good came out of training with the pod. I don't know when, but I'll get you.
Some broken glass throughout the room, and there's a window on the far side that has been shattered. There, just immediately to the right, there's a chair that has been knocked over, and something kind of large is lying on the floor. To the left, you see a fire pit where some magical underwater fire would commonly be used, but there is nothing currently in it.
Okay.
And you have slammed the door behind you, and outside you can hear the sound of a couple of eels sort of bonking against the door. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna turn around and sort of like pat the door and be like, "It's okay, fellas. We're not gonna be here long." And then, can I investigate the broken window?
Mm-hmm. As you sort of approach the window, and you see the glass is still drifting, like it was just broken. That is the door. There's a door. Sorry.
Oh.
There's also a door to like a patio area. I forgot to mention that. It is closed, despite the fact that that stamp I used is open. So yes, to the back there is a window, and the glass is still sort of drifting down, like it was just broken. And you also notice some of the books there seem to be just settling. You may remember it was a whole, 3 minutes ago in game time, but a week ago in human time, there was a very loud, thunderous wave emitted from one of your companions at one point.
Who could have done that?
No idea. What sort of books are there? Like, what sort of titles are on the floor?
Make an investigation check.
Investigation. It's not bad. That is a total of 17.
Okay, so some of them are like printed books, kind of like textbooky kind of things. There's a few that look like novels, and then there are a lot of like handwritten journal style, like bound books.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a mix. You see a couple of books on plants, a couple, maybe like a history book or two, amongst the like textbooky kind of, educational books.
Interesting. This person looks like they're pretty well read.
I'll look and see if there's anything under the bed.
Okay. Make an investigation check. I love that. We can't see Sun.
13.
We just hear the dice.
Sorry.
A 13. No, I love that we can just hear the dice. It's great. So a 13, you see like a blanket has been shoved under the bed, and you kind of, just behind it, you see a small box.
I'm going to use Mage Hand to bring the box out.
Okay. Your spectral hand appears and kind of drifts through the water and pulls the box out. It's pretty small, about that, like that big. And it doesn't have like a lock on it.
Okay. I am from farther away, like I'll leave the box like at the bed, but from like
Okay.
over here, I'm going to open it with the mage hand.
Closer to the front door.
Yeah.
Okay. You open the box and it kind of creaks open. There appear to be a couple of papers inside.
Can I take a look at the papers and see what they are? If
Yeah,
there's
there
writing
are.
on them.
There is writing on them. There are a handful of letters, and a rolled up piece of paper. If you unroll, it's a drawing of two figures, who are identical.
I show it to
I'm gonna make sure.
Elomi and Leo and be just like, hey, this was under the bed.
Interesting.
What's it say on those papers you got there?
One of them is a drawing, and they look to be letters.
Oh, interesting.
The letters appear to be addressed to someone named Myrden, which is Myrden, and they are signed by Lenda, Lenda.
Well, logic would suggest that we stand and possibly in the hut of this Myrden, if these have been sent here from someone called Lenda.
As the glass starts to settle onto the floor, it reflects light, and you notice that it is reflecting light that is coming from this large object next to the desk. It's kind of like got a dull glow, which it wasn't really apparent until you saw it reflected off of the glass shards. So this item, it looks like the back of it's a frame, and it looks like maybe the back of a painting or something. It's like a framed item, but it is facing the floor. It's kind of leaning on the desk. And if you look above the desk, there is a hook where it looks like maybe it was suspended from.
I'm gonna pick it up and turn it over.
Okay. Good. You flip it over and you see it's a mirror, and you see kind of like, but you don't see your reflection. You see kind of weird foggy outlines or like shadows drifting across it and through it.
No, this looks a little bit weird and magical. I'm gonna poke the smoky mirror.
Fantastic idea.
Oh, that seems like a bad idea.
Are you holding the mirror while you do it, or is it laying on the floor? Where's the mirror?
I'm just gonna sort of like let it float, sort of like gently as it's sort of like floating towards the ground, and I'm gonna poke it.
Okay. You poke it, and it is poked, and nothing happens.
Is it like hitting a hard surface? Like, is it like touching?
It is. You feels like you're touching a mirror. And when you flipped it over, you notice the frame has it's very ornate, considering how kind of dull and scuffed up and unimpressive the surface of the mirror looks. The frame looks much more nice and fancy, and it's got like twisting vines. You do poke it, and it feels like a mirror. And like I said, you do see a hook on the wall where it seems to have been suspended prior. It looks like maybe it got jostled off when a certain thunder wave happened.
Hey, when you look at the time.
I'm gonna put the mirror back on the wall.
Cool, I'm gonna finish
Like,
eating my
straighten it
tomato.
up.
Excuse me. So you put it on the wall. And as soon as you put it on the wall, the image shifts and you see your own reflection. And I need you to make a DC 15 charisma
spooky.
save. I don't know why I said DC 15. I just read my notes. Excuse me.
A charisma save?
Make a
Not a
charisma
wisdom
save.
save?
Who knows what the DC is?
Oh,
That's
boy.
an 11.
Oh,
Good.
good.
Well, it's not like
Charisma
you know
saves
what the
are not my strong
DC
point.
is or anything.
Oh no.
So Elomi and Thauma, you watch as Leo hangs up this mirror, kind of glances in it, and then disappears into it.
Oh, that's.
Oh no.
Have you ever seen anything like that before? I haven't seen it. What just happened?
I have not.
Seb clacks his claws from the safety of Elomi's bag as if to say, like, get to it, get your attention back on track. And Elomi's like, oh. And checks the door to make sure that it seems like it'll hold if they step away from it.
Yeah, the door seems pretty sturdy. It's shut, it's latched.
Alright. Well, let's...
Do any of the letters say anything about the mirror or the journals?
Would you like to take a minute to kind of flip through the letters?
Yeah, because Tama's not going near that without an idea.
Elomi's gonna cast Identify.
Goodness! I forgot you have Identify.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
I promise I just don't make these up. Do I need to roll for this? I don't remember.
believe so. I just need to look at the exact text on Identify, but I just Googled the word Identify, and that did not help me.
Well...
I need to know exactly what you learn. Outcasting as a spell. So you have to touch the item.
Yeah, I'm
For
gonna
a
touch
minute.
the frame.
Okay. The frame.
Because
All right.
Leo touched the mirror itself, and that didn't seem good.
All right. So you're touching the frame, and you spend a minute.
Don't look
touching
at it. Do you have to look at it?
I don't think you have to look at it.
I think I just have to feel it. I
You
think.
can avoid
Because Leo
looking in the
kinda went
mirror.
bye-bye when they looked at it.
So you spend a minute kind of focusing without looking directly at it, and you realize after a minute that the frame of the item may be separate from the mirror itself, because you learn that the frame itself is magical, and you learn its properties and how to use them. It is a frame that protects against all damage types,
Oh!
but you're not sure that has anything to do with the mirror itself.
I feel like that's a good detail to remember. I do have one more spell slot, if my memory is right. I need to look back at the...
In that minute that you spend, you do kind of notice that there are five vines around the edge, and there are a series of small fruits kind of scattered throughout the 5 vines, and the vines don't actually intertwine. They just are sweeping around the edge with small fruits scattered around.
Oh, all right.
Do I find anything rifling through the letters or
The
the journals?
As you kind of very carefully make your way around, parts of the room, the letters are just letters between if you kind of sit and read, there's 3 or 4 letters that they might be family, sisters. It seems like they might be between 2 sisters, and it's just general house life. It's really there's nothing very interesting other than a little bit of fear in like, oh, I'm afraid for you. But then as you look at some of the books, you do see the book on the nightstand there next to the bed is just a general, it's a novel. But there's a piece of paper scribbled on top of it that has an odd word you don't recognize. It's Vanteco. And it says, speak the name underneath.
Okay.
It's like handwritten. It's like it's being used as like a bookmark in this novel.
Elomi, you know more about magic stuff? And I hand them
Yeah.
the note. The note just says Vanteco. I'm like, maybe this has to do with it? I don't know.
Oh.
Huh?
Sorry, no, never mind. I was misremembering. Go ahead.
The interesting thing about magic items is, you kind of just gotta do it in situations like these, it seems. So, and Elomi swims in front of the mirror. Venteco Leo?
Okay, so you say Vanteco Leo, kind of rapid fire. It glows, or it sort of like flashes, and you once again see this murky kind of figures, and then immediately you see a perch emerge is the word out of that fog. You see Leo's face, which pause, Leo, during this time you got you sort of glanced in the mirror, saw your own reflection, and then felt sort of a tumbling, kind of swirling sensation, and suddenly you were surrounded by fog.
Ugh.
You can see about 10 feet in front of you.
So during that time, I'd probably just be sort of like swimming around, going, Elomi, Thauma, hello.
So you sort of swim off, and it doesn't matter how far you go, you can just only see this fog within like 10 feet around you. And then eventually, after a couple of minutes, you see sort of like a spectral version of Elomi appear, and they're looking at you. And Elomi, you see Leo's face on the mirror.
I wave to see if Leo waves back.
Yep, you can see them waving at you.
Oh my god.
Do I also see Leo?
Mm-hmm. If you come around to where you can see, you'll be able to see Leo as well.
Can we hear each other?
You can. I think Elomi just said hi. I think you said hi to each other. Yeah, you can hear each other.
This seems a little bit strange. I'm gonna sort of like reach out. Can I reach through the mirror and touch Elomi?
As you reach for the like spectral outlines of Thauma and Elomi, they move with you. Like you cannot get any closer to them.
All right.
This seems like a bit of a pickle.
Yeah. This might be a bit of a long shot, but I'm gonna try. And at least if I get stuck in there, we'll be together, yeah?
Pause.
Won't get boring.
Because I just remembered with your identify spell, you would have learned a little more about the frame. You would have learned that it contains the code around the edge of how to unlock it.
Oh,
I forgot that identify tells you basically everything.
Oh.
Except for some curses.
The thing I'm gonna try is using my brain, so don't expect too much, Leo.
I think you're a bit smarter than I am.
Well, they're not they didn't go into a mirror, so maybe.
And Leo, you do occasionally see like glimpses of figures out in the fog, but when you were wandering earlier, you couldn't get any closer to them.
Oh, Amber, how do you spell that magic word that we needed to use to summon someone to the mirror?
Vanteko.
The word that you said
Vanteko.
was Vanteko. You said Vanteko Leo are the words that you said in front of the mirror.
Okay. Sorry, this is for my notes.
Yes, notes are good.
All right. If only my pens weren't all dying on me.
Oh no.
I mean, I know that this is like literally ancient, but
The pen?
yeah. I bought it when I was in high school. It's just been sitting in my art box though.
So, how did you get me to see you, or did I just get lucky and wandered around long enough?
There are notes in this hut. There was one that had the magic word. I'm a little bit afraid of saying it again in case if we lose our connection. But it appeared.
I wonder if there's like a magic word that you use to summon me. I wonder if there's like a magic word that we could use to like maybe try and see if this either the Mirden or Lender is also lost in this this fog. I think I saw a few other figures, but I couldn't really get any closer to them.
That is a good point. But first, let's try to crack this code to get you out. What were the fruits around the edges with the vines?
Make an investigation check.
Great.
Can I help in looking around?
At the frame?
On the frame? Yeah.
Yeah, make an investigation check. Each of you make one separately.
7.
I believe in you.
Investigation.
It's okay, that kind of makes sense with what it is.
Is that a natural one?
That
No.
looks like a natural. Okay.
It was
I was gonna say that looks like a natural
It
one
was a
face.
4. With
Four.
the bonuses, that makes it 8.
8. Okay, so you kind of stare at it.
I rolled the same dice.
What's a fruit?
You kind of stare at it for a while. And you're like, I reckon this looks familiar. There's 5 vines. And you just kind of stare at it for a long while, and you're like, something. I know that I should know what this is. You know that you personally should know what this is. Maybe not Thauma, maybe not Leo, but you should know.
Oh, I hate when that happens. Oh.
Hey, Seb. Seb, do you know what they are?
There's the little click-clacky fella. Can
That is Seb's contribution.
Thank you, Seb. I was kind of jamming.
Do I understand what Seb was saying using my speech of beast and leaf feature? No, I don't understand them in return, do I?
You notice it was very rhythmic.
Does it have something to do maybe with like music and a beat?
Musical fruit. Beans?
Beans.
I hate you all.
No!
Or is there like maybe like 5 bars?
When Leo says music, you go, wait a minute. I think the musical staff has 5 lines.
Oh my. No.
And you look
Thomas
a little
one-
closer.
Thomas one tentacle, the kleptical, goes out and just goes to like bat at Elomi, like, duh! But Thauma grabs it and pulls it back in before it can.
Nice.
What are these strange markings? Oh, it's music. I think that these fruits might be indicating notes on a music bar, like a staff. Assuming this is the G of key, And Elomi pulls out the guitar.
Are you gonna try to play it?
Yeah.
Make a
Try to play
performance check.
Reminds me of trying to do sight readings while I play the double bass. God.
I hate sight reading.
I hate it too. It sucks. 15
I missed out on a
plus.
job opportunity because I sucked at sight reading, and I was like,
Right?
Oh no.
yeah.
With bonuses 20.
20. You beautifully play this cute little melody, and you watch as each of the fruits kind of like gives a little blip along the edge. And when
Fruit
you
music.
fruit music, and
So-
you get around the entire frame, and it kind of glows and then sort of clicks into two pieces, and they just drift down, and it is released from the frame.
Oh ho! I don't know what I've done, Leo, but I've done something.
All right. I'm assuming I'm still in the mirror.
Yes, you are still within the mirror. You actually haven't noticed a change.
I seem to have made the frame of the mirror fall off, so that's
That could
One
be good or
second.
bad.
yeah. Elomi ducks down and starts. Did it drop anything physical, or did it just come off?
It came apart in two pieces, and the two pieces landed, like drifted down. One landed on the desk because it's hung over the desk, and the other one landed on the floor.
Elomi's gonna pick up one half just to see if there's anything inside of it, or
Make an investigation check.
oh, great.
Mysteries.
Google something really quick.
My luck is horrible today. It's 9.
9, huh?
Yeah.
Cool. You don't find anything in the frame.
Yeah. All right.
Now that the frame is broken, has Elomi's physicality changed at all? Like, is she less spectral? Or are they less spectral? Can I like touch them?
No, they appear the same.
Oh.
Boo.
But you know that the frame, Elomi, when you identified the frame, it is a frame of like defending against all damage types.
Yes. I wonder.
That seems like a weird thing.
Do you want to try and break it? That might be bad.
That's true. It's a risk, but
Oh.
all right. Stand back, Leo. Let's try.
Wait.
Swim back.
Can I look at the other part of the frame? Since it fell in two pieces, and Elomi said they looked at one side of it.
Yes, but first, Leo, you swim backwards, and the image comes with you and stays the same distance from you.
Oh, well, sorry. Dumb ask of me. I'm sorry.
But yeah,
You brace yourself, I guess.
Thauma, go ahead and make an investigation check.
14.
14. You kind of like feel along the inner edge, and you're like, there's got to be something, but it really just seems empty. Like you feel along the outer edge, and you see all of the music notes that have been played, and then you feel along the inner edge, and it's just got a groove where it latches onto the mirror. Oh, my drink is gone.
Can I can I double check the other one?
You can. You spend a couple minutes, and you
There's
also
nothing.
don't find anything.
Boo.
Elomi's been taking out their dagger, trying to convince themselves that this seems like the right answer. All right. At least close your eyes, Leo. I don't know if there's going to be glass shattering at you. All right, where is my...
I'm gonna take the dodge action.
I love it.
I don't know what else to do.
Okay, so that's... 17 plus 4, 21. Of course I hit well when it's a non-moving object.
Yes, you do hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
What is this?
And what are you hitting?
4
it
plus
with?
2. A dagger.
A dagger.
Mm-hmm.
Like 24?
Just seem.
Oh,
21.
You said 1d4. You said
1d.
1d4 plus 2.
Yeah,
like,
1d4
damage. What level
No.
are you?
What is that? That's a 3 plus 2 makes 5.
5, is it piercing? Or a dagger,
Yeah.
it's piercing, yeah. Okay, you kind of swing at it and you see it crack. A crack sort of splinters across it. It's still intact. And Leo, you see the image. Now it's like flickering and there's like a crack kind of through it, but you still see the image of Elomi. After you saw them like swing a dagger basically right at you from your perspective.
Good thing I had the dodge action. I was like, wow. That didn't quite seem to do the trick.
No, it didn't.
Can I cast catapult at it?
Well, we don't want to hurt Leo with that.
I'm sorry, a drink just appeared. You want to hit it with what? Huh?
Catapult.
Catapult.
Don't you have to pick up an object to catapult with catapult? Or am I thinking
Also,
of a different
sorry, how much damage did you do to it, Elomi?
5.
5 damage. Okay, yeah, it's like there's like cracks all across it in like a diagonal kind of thing.
I don't think we need that much force.
I can just like basically take it up off the wall and throw it back at the wall. As long as it weighs under 5 pounds.
It does not weigh under 5 pounds.
Oh, dang it.
It's pretty hefty. It's like 50 pounds.
I was gonna say, Thauma from the top ropes.
Can I pick up the heftiest book and catapult the book at it?
You can pick up the heftiest book while I look at catapult.
Choose one object weighing 1 to 5 pounds within range that isn't being worn or carried. The object in a straight line. The object flies in a straight line up to 90 feet in the direction you choose before falling to the ground, stopping early if it impacts against a solid surface, and the range is 60 feet. And the mirror has to make a dex save.
When in doubt, throw the book at it.
Let's see. What is the dexterity of a 4-foot mirror?
I would assume 0 since it's immobile.
Yes, you can catapult a large book at it. You find a large book, and it's about like every single kind of coral ever discovered is the title of it. And you
Great book title.
You heft it at the mirror. And the mirror wants to turn the page on its notes. And then, so you throw it and go ahead and roll damage. It's an inanimate object, so it's
17.
17 damage. It
3d8
shatters
Jesus!
into many shards of glass. Actually, I'd like you both to make a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, alright, yeah.
Thauma goes hard, apparently.
Apparently.
Not the shell, if I should. Oh my god.
What the shell?
10.
10!
6.
6. You each take 2 piercing damage from shards of glass flying at you. And
Great.
all at once, the hut becomes very crowded as 5 individuals come tumbling out of this mirror.
Oh, were y'all having a party?
So let's pause so I can describe everyone that just popped out of this.
Before you describe, Thauma goes very, very fast and hides under the bed.
I'm not sure there's enough time. It's instantaneous.
Especially with that deck roll.
You're probably going to be shoved backwards by a person. So we have Leo comes tumbling out straight through the glass and takes 1 piercing damage. You're not sure if it's the mirror glass or if it's the window glass that kind of got wafted back up into the water. And then you see 3 odd-looking figures pop out, who all look almost exactly the same. And from the drawing that you saw earlier, you found a drawing of 2 individuals, and this is what these 3 individuals look like. Let me get a reference picture for my brain. They are a very pale pink, very sort of round, thick. They have fronds coming off, 3 fronds coming off of either side with little, like, wavy fronds on either side. They have sort of a rounded snout, very dark, wide set eyes. They have arms, but they also have legs, which is not unheard of in sea creatures, but it's a little less common in the races that you've come across. And they have a tail, and their skin is this sort of light pink, almost white color. And these are 3 Axolorn.
Oh.
3 almost
my
identical
Lord.
Axolorn have come tumbling out. Though one of them seems much younger than the other 2, yet with very, very similar features. One of them is wearing a circlet on their head. The other one is holding... No. Pause. The other one... Yes, one of them has a circlet. One of them has sort of a jeweled necklace. The other one is wearing very, very simple, very basic clothing. So those 3 Axolorn pop out, which I would say Leo and Thauma probably have not seen Axolorn before. You may have heard of them, be vaguely aware of their existence, but you've never seen one in person. Side note, Axolorn for our audience is like an axolotl dragon born.
That's really cute.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know, it's so adorable.
And you said there were 5 people, so
Did
one of
say
them
there
was
were
me.
5 people. There is also a very confused looking merfolk fellow who is quite short, almost like a halflingish size bro. And they have all tumbled into this, and you're all sort of just piled on top of each other. I'm just gonna throw some tokens in our thing so we can see just how close quarters we are right now.
I'm going to discombobulate myself from everyone else who was also tumbled out of the mirror.
Okay.
Or
They
maybe.
all look. So there's the merfolk gentleman who just looks confused and bewildered. What is going on? And the other...
Go on.
Oh, the other 3 look just sort of equal parts confused but shocked, and but also scared, more scared than he does. He just looks confused.
G'day.
Hi, this isn't our house.
What? So
I think most of them know that.
I'm sorry, I've never been in this situation before. My name is Elomi. What are y'all names?
I misspoke earlier, and I said that one of them looked older, or they looked young. So there are 2 who look younger than the 3rd of the Axolorn. And the older looking one, who's the one in very simple, basic clothing, is sort of frozen and says, This is my hut. How did you got them out?
The truth?
Make an insight check.
I'm not bad at this, and that is a natural 20 for a total of
Whoa!
26.
Ooh. They're telling the truth. And also you see their eyes darting back and forth between the 2 younger, and they're very concerned.
Clearly we're not robbing, and I apologize for how this looks.
They reach out and grab one of the younger one and says, "Which one of you? Is it you? Is it which one of you is it? We have to. This is not safe."
Wait, what is going on?
I'm sorry, what are you accusing us of specifically so that I can properly counter by denying it?
They're talking to one of the other Axelorn. They've grabbed one of the Axelorn and they are like screaming in their face. And then both of the younger Axelorn, they look at each other and go, "She's the imposter!"
Can I tell which one's telling the truth?
Oh, I've come across this riddle before. I never understood it.
Make an insight check again.
I'm pretty good at insight. That's not as good, but it is a 24.
A 24. Hold on. You get like a flicker of something from the one wearing a circlet on its head, and you're like, maybe that one?
I'm gonna say, look, I don't know you from a shrimp, but the little twitch of the ear on that one seemed a little suspicious. And I'm gonna point to the one with the circlet.
I'm gonna color identify these really quick. So the purple one is the oldest. Green one has the circlet, and the yellow one does not. So they. Sorry, what did you just say to them?
I said I don't know you from like a shrimp, but the little twitch of the ears on that one seemed a little bit suspicious.
The oldest one is going to sort of dive behind her to the bookshelf and grab a dagger that was hiding between the books and point it at the one you said had the twitch of the ear, which is the one with the circlet, yeah?
Yes.
Which I think I said was the green one.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, is violence necessary? Do we need violence?
It's
I'm gonna
one
say that's the one.
trapped my sister for 20 years. And then the two younger ones are going, "No, it's her. It's not me. It's her. It's her." The merman is hiding under the table. He's very confused.
I don't blame him.
And then it's Thauma. Thauma is trying very hard not to hide under the bed.
Valid life choice. I'm going to say, I'm going to say to the older one that's obviously holding up the dagger to the one, so is there something that only your sister would know that we can use to test which one is the real sister?
What did our brother give us for our last birthday before he died? That's the older one says. And the one without the circlet opens her mouth, and the one with the circlet jumps in and says, "That's a trick question. He didn't die, he left."
Is that true? I'm going to say to the older one.
It is true. And the other one says, How did she know that?"
Wait a second. Is it possible that you're both the same person? I'm very confused.
And the older one says, well, if... Okay. No, one of them is the imposter. One of them is the one who trapped my sister. I was there when he got trapped.
When he got trapped?
Not trap.
Yes, he was... I don't know, he looked like a wizardy guy, I don't know. And he trapped my sister, and then somehow I trapped him, and then I couldn't get my sister out, and so he's in there. I don't...
In that mirror, right?
Yes.
Shouldn't they have come out then?
Yes.
Like, hang on. Does anyone know how to... I'm going to use my Murbolg ability to disguise myself and then drop it. I'm like, can anyone, like, dispel this kind of magic?
She kind of looks around at each of the people in the room. No one speaks up. Unless one of our party members speaks up, none of the NPCs speak up.
Actually, I am a doofus. Because as a Murbolg, I can, I think, dispel magic once a day?
Yo, what now?
You get to do what?
No, I can't. It's only detect magic. I'm actually going to cast detect magic on both. Detect magic. Do either the circlet one or the non-circlet one have a magical aura on them? Illusion magic.
Let me Google something.
I under the table.
I have a plan B. It's okay.
You do see that the circlet is magical.
Okay. I'm gonna say, just for the sake of like a test, can we remove the circlet? Because I think it might be messing with
Hold on,
the outcomes.
Okay. The one wearing the circlet also has a magical aura around them, as well as the circlet. Sorry, I had to Google something real quick.
And I can learn at School of Magic. So is it illusion magic that they have around them?
It is illusion magic.
I'm gonna say, this one here, not only is their circlet magical, but they've also got like some sort of illusion up. Now, personally, I don't mind, illusion magic. I can do it myself a little bit, but yeah.
As soon as you say that, the one wearing the circlet is going to pull out a short sword and swing at you.
Okay. That's extra sus.
Yeah. As soon as I remember how to read. 17 to hit.
That just hits my AC.
Okay. That's gonna hit you, in which case this is gonna hurt. Okay, it's 8 damage.
We're like, ow. And I'm going to try and grapple this individual in return, in response.
At which point I'm gonna say we need to roll some initiative, but I also am noticing the time. So I'm thinking that next week we might start by rolling some initiative.
That is exciting.
All right.
Oh boy.
I can't believe I forgot that I could just detect magic once a day.
I
want to admit that I'm the bigger doofus because I forgot that I have Zone of Truth.
I thought I told you guys to send me your spell list, so clearly I didn't read them.
Well,
To be fair, I don't have a spell list. I've just got features.
yeah.
Wow. So we met a new race of people this week. We've got our Axelorns, which is a race I've wanted to play for so long. I've always wanted to have like a Dragonborn that looks like an axolotl. So I was like, screw it, I'm DM. It's a whole race now. Next week we're gonna have to find out what's going on with these 3 Axelorns, and there's still a short merfolk dude in the corner. So that's happening. Yeah, so I appreciate you all so much. Thank you, my wonderful players, for being here. Thank you to our viewers for being here. Thank you, Tiggy Biddles, for always doing our fantastic tech stuff. And we will catch you next week.
Catch you next week,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.
Catch you on the wave.